The fall of Titan Base, full action, first-person cinematic. Adamti remembered the moment the blast threw me off, the platform only, the ringing in my ears, the burning on my arms, and the taste of blood in my mouth. When I opened my eyes, Titan Base was already on fire. Columns of smoke twisted upward like black serpents against the pale sky of Saturn's moon. The alarms wailed through the broken metal corridors, echoing like dying screams. My visor flickered, showing static for a second before stabilizing. Red warnings covered my HUD. Oxygen 63%, armor integrity 49%. Heart rate critical, damn it, I whispered, forcing myself to stand despite my legs trembling. Then I saw those alien war machines, marching toward the central reactor. Tall, metallic creatures with six-bladed limbs and a glowing red core that pulsed like a beating heart. We called them Reavers. Humanity never figured out whether they were alive or synthetic. All we knew was they killed anything that moved. One of them turned toward me, its limbs unfolded like knives stretching into position. I lifted my plasma rifle. Come on, then. It charged. I fired the entire clip, a rapid stream of blue plasma bolts lighting up the air. The Reaver staggered but didn't fall. It leapt across the rubble, landing barely 2 meters from me. The shockwave threw dust into the air. I rolled aside as its blade stabbed the ground where my chest had been. I grabbed a metal pipe from the rubble and slammed it into the glowing core on its chest. The pipe heated instantly, burning my gloves. The Reavers screeched a metallic shriek that felt like ice water pouring into my skull. I slammed the pipe again. And again. A bright explosion of sparks burst from the core, and the Reaver collapsed. I stood there breathing hard, but there was no time to celebrate. More shadows moved in the smoke, more Reavers approaching. Commander Reese, are you alive? A voice cracked in Micom's. Lena, I'm here. Where are you? In the west hangar. They're breaking through the inner barrier. We need you now. I started running through the burning hall, dodging falling beams and bursts of steam erupting from ripped pipes. Titan Base had been built to withstand meteor strikes, nuclear-level shockwaves, even biological contamination. But not this, not an army of evolving alien machines. As I pushed through the destroyed labs, I saw the bodies. Scientists. Soldiers. Friends. The Reavers didn't kill cleanly, they ripped through the armor like it was paper. Every time I passed a familiar face, rage built inside me. By the time I reached the hangar, Lena was fighting 3 Reavers alone, flipping over crates, sliding under laser blasts, firing shock rounds from her pistol. She moved with the grace of someone who had survived too much to ever freeze in battle. I jumped in, firing at the nearest Reaver. Lena, behind you. She ducked just as the Reaver's blade slashed the air where her head had been. Together, we fought as 1 year of training flowing naturally. I fired plasma bursts. She hacked into the Reaver's exposed joints with an electroblade. One by one, they fell, until the only remaining sound was our heavy breathing. We can't hold the base, Lena said, her face streaked with ash. The main reactor is overheating. If they breach the core, it'll annihilate this entire moon sector. So what's the plan? Lena hesitated. We destroy the core before they reach it. That'll kill everyone still alive, I said. And if we don't, they'll spread through the galaxy. Before I could answer, the floor shook beneath us. A deep rumble, a metallic roar. The hangar doors exploded inward. A massive reavered titan crawled through the smoke towering above us, 20 feet tall, with hundreds of illuminated cables wrapping around its body like glowing tendrils. Its core wasn't red like the others. It burned white hot, like a miniature star. Every step it took warped the floor beneath it. Oh hell. Primera, muttered. They've evolved again. The titan roared, its voice vibrating the air. Smaller Reavers swarmed around it like soldiers protecting a king. Lena grabbed my arm. Run. No. If we don't stop it here, the reactor is done. I sprinted toward the titan, firing everything I hit. Plasma blasts burned into its armor, but barely made a dent. It swung a colossal arm toward. I jumped, but wasn't a fussed in oak. The impact sent me crashing into a pile of metal crates. "Reese!" Lena shouted. I coughed, tasting blood, but forced myself up. We needed a miracle, something powerful enough to break through its core. My eyes fell on a fuel transport drone, still loaded with compressed hydrogen. "Lena," I yelled. "Draw its attention." She didn't hesitate. She sprinted across the hangar, firing at the Titan's sensors. It turned and roared, chasing her with heavy, earth-shaking steps. I hacked into the drone, overriding the safeties. 60% overrides, 72%, 91% complete. I set its trajectory straight into the Titan. "Lena, get down." She dove behind a metal barrier. I launched the drone. The Titan spotted it and tried to smash it midair. Too late. The drone hit its chest. A blinding explosion erupted, white, blue, and gold flames swirling in a pressure wave that smashed through the hangar. The Titan staggered, screaming, its core flickering violently. But it didn't fall. It evolved again. Its damaged armor reformed, growing new metallic tissue as if healing. Its core stabilized. Its eyes glowed brighter. Lena whispered, "What? What are these things?" I stared at the Titan, my heart sinking. "They're learning." Then everything shook again, not from the Titan, but from deep below the base. The reactor. We were out of time. The Titan roared and charged toward us, its steps shattering metal panels, its glowing arms ready to crush both of us. I fired the last of my ammo. Lena slashed with her blade, but nothing slowed it down. Just as it reached us, the ground collapsed. The Titan, the hangar, floor, and half the structure fell into the massive chasm created by the overheating reactor. Lena grabbed my arm, and we cumped, barely catching the edge of a maintenance platform as the entire hangar dropped away beneath us. The Titan fell into the molten depths, screaming until its voice was swallowed by the roar of the core. We lay there, breathless, staring into the fiery abyss. Lena whispered, "Reese, this isn't a war. This is extinction." I nodded slowly. "Then we fight to the last breath." Above us, the base began to crumble as alarms screamed. The real battle had only just begun.